Assalamu alaikum. So, welcome to the second podcast of 15 Minutes with Eshaal Khan. I'm Eshaal, and my hobbies are reading books, sometimes writing them, and I also like teaching people. So, about this show, about this show. This show is 15 Minutes of Wisdom with Eshaal Khan. Every month we have a theme, and this month's theme is books and writers. So today we have hibamagazine joining us today.
Not hibamagazine. You should tell.
Sorry, Hafsa Ehsan. So
we are waiting for Hafsa to come.
She's here.
Yeah. Yeah. We are waiting for Hafsa, you should say.
We're waiting for Hafsa.
Okay, she might come. Hafsa, if you are looking, you can send us a request to come on the camera and we can accept it. Yeah, you can say it as yourself.
I don't know about Instagram.
Okay. So tell them about Instagram because you're not allowed to use it.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Sometimes I use it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's here.
Oh, I am here. This camera is actually just wait.
You have to switch your camera.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm not
so
very, you can say Instagram, savvy. So I keep on bumping up. How are you, Eshaal?
Okay.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me properly?
Okay, hello everyone. Okay, so Hafsa Ehsan is an editor of Hiba magazine. She's a reviewer and an editor and a writer of Hiba magazine and this series of books. We have these and this. So I have about yourself and Hiba magazine.
Can you hear me, Eshaal? Eshaal, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you now. Okay, I don't know why, but your voice keeps.
Tell us something about yourself and Hiba magazine.
Okay, I find it very hard to talk about myself. If I have to just summarize it, I'll just say that I love books. So my entire work centers on writing them and editing them and proofreading them and marketing them, and it just goes on, just overseeing the entire publication process. My official job title is senior editor at Hiba magazine, and that's where I've been since 2003. So first I was actually a writer for Hiba magazine, and then in 2008 I joined the editorial team. So it's been a very long journey, and that's it.
Wow, it's amazing. So, tell us about the procedure of writing and publishing books and editing.
I wouldn't say that there is a procedure. Your video is getting cut, Eshaal. I'm not sure what if there's a problem at my end or your end. The video keeps getting stuck.
fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, you were asking me about the journey of Hiba magazine. So Hiba magazine's journey started in 2004 as a family, and then in 2006 we began Hiba Kids, and Hiba Kids was basically is basically a magazine for 8 to 12 years old, and that was Hiba Kids. The main aim of Hibba Kids was to actually, provide meaningful fun to to the children of that particular age group. And then, 2006 Hibba Kids, and then 2016 was when we actually, I think, began working on books. And that ABC of Allah's World, that was the first book of ours. And then we did Dahlia, and then we did Zaid and Musa. We went into fiction, and we've also done a lot of non-fiction. So there's basically, I think, something for everyone there. And can you repeat your second question? I think I missed that.
Tell us, what is the procedure of writing and publishing books? Like what?
I think the main thing when you are an aspiring writer and you want to publish your work, the first step is reading, and reading and reading and reading. I think it's really sad, and I see a lot of times people want to write, but they don't want to read, and you see a lot of writers, but you don't see many readers. And I usually tell anyone who asks me, how can we, be good writers? I tell them you have to be good readers first. You have to read a lot, and not just books, but also magazines, newspaper. You definitely should read fiction, non-fiction, especially authors whose first language is English. Even if you are, reading a self-help book, for example. So, and when you are reading, you must look at the language. How that writer has written that language, because the way we speak English in different countries, it's very different from the way native speakers speak English. How can we be good writers? I tell them you have to be good readers first. You have to read a lot, and not just books, but also magazines, newspaper. You definitely should read fiction, non-fiction, especially authors whose first language is English. Even if you are reading a self-help book, for example. So, and when you are reading, you must look at the language. How that writer has written that language, because the way we speak English in different countries, it's very different from the way native speakers speak English, and the way they write English. So it's very important to be a good reader before you even think about writing. And reading also improves your expression a lot. So that's the first step. And then if you want to write for a magazine or a newspaper section, or if you want to write even a book, you have to first study that particular publication, because every publication is different, and every publishing house is different. So you have to first if you're going for a book, then and if you are targeting a particular publishing house, then you must read their books first, see what kind of content they publish, and what are their submission guidelines, and then you can maybe think about what can I write, which topic is not very well presented, and something that that you can write on, which is different, because you don't have to write anything that everybody has written 100 times before. So so this is the thing, and then obviously once you have your topic, then you can pitch it to the publishing house or the publisher or the newspaper or wherever you want to write. So these are just some basic steps, and then there's obviously a lot of patience involved, because not every topic that you are going to pitch is going to be accepted, right? Uh, so there's a long process, and then even if your writing gets accepted, even then it's a long process, because then there's the editing and the proofreading and the designing if needed, illustrating and book covers, and then finally it goes to the printing press. So long process.
Mm.
Too much information.
Yeah,
Do you write, Isha?
about that. Yes,
Did you write something?
I write a lot.
You write a lot. What do you like to write? Do you like to write stories, or just articles, or what?
Stories that just randomly pop in my head.
At your age, it's good to experiment. It's good to experiment with everything. You just try to write everything, because that's the way that you actually find something that you're good at. Write reviews, write even shopping lists. Just write everything. You like, even fan fiction. If you're reading a book, just reimagine the ending and write it. So I think that helps a lot. The more you write, the more you get better at it, and then you also find your niche. Okay, what is it that I can actually write, which is something that's my area of expertise.
Thank you. Okay, so did you take any training or a course to help you become a writer?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I had very good English teachers at my school, and they encouraged a lot of writing. I wrote my first article when I was in grade 7, and that is exactly 25
So
years
did
ago.
you take any training or a course to help you become a writer?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I had very good English teachers at my school, and they encouraged a lot of writing. I wrote my first article when I was in grade 7, and that is exactly 25 years ago. So, my English teachers were very, at that time, they were also very supportive, and family was also very supportive. So I just kept writing, and it just went on. I didn't know that I wanted to be an editor. I was more on the writing side, but when I actually began editing, that was in 2008. So I realized that I really like editing also. Taking something from just a raw article to the printed magazine. So that's a completely different process.
Okay, that's nice to hear that you don't need teachers time.
No, but you need to read actually. See, the thing is, writing courses can only help you so much, but reading is what will ultimately help you. Because you see, reading will give you the knowledge, and it will also improve your expression, and that is something no writing course can teach you, believe me. uh, if for example, I always tell anyone who is asking me for advice, I usually tell them that, see, you have to write something that something that is very close to your heart. You have to be connected with your writing, right? And because if you are disconnected from your own writing, then the reader can feel that. They can see immediately, they can sense it. So for your readers to actually feel inspired by your writing, you have to write with that emotion. So that emotion is something that a writing course cannot teach you. A writing course can teach you for example, the technicalities. They can teach you how to write correct grammar. Uh, they will probably teach you how not to be wordy in your writing, not to be repetitive in your writing. But this thing, that how to bring that feeling in your writing, that will only come once you actually read a lot of material, and then you write something which is close to your heart. So that heart has to be in your writing.
And thank you, Zafar Munir. Okay, so tell us about the Zaid and Mujib series. Like, when did you start the idea to write it, and what was your inspiration to write it?
I had actually co-authored with the editor in chief of Huda magazine, Rana Khan. Rana and her daughter Amal, they had actually begun the Dahlia series, and I later joined in as the co-author. And I had some characters there. I don't know if you've read the Dahlia series. In the Dahlia series, we had like just basically just fun. We wanted clean humor, and we wanted to show that that you can have humor in a novel without making it trashy. So, but we didn't really put anything Islamic. There is no there is nothing openly Islamic in there. So Zaid and Musa is like a more spiritual thing, because it has you can say a more Islamic theme, because we're directly talking about the Quran and the Quranic concepts. So the idea was to have firstly male characters, boys, young boys, and discuss their issues, because we felt that we had done a lot of we've done quite a lot of girls issues in Dahlia. So we wanted to do something which was more for boys, more of their issues, and most of the conversations that you read in Zaid and Musa are my own conversations with my 12-year-old son. So that was where the inspiration actually came from. And the second thing was that I felt after talking to some others that they wanted to have a Quran circle with their children, but they were not sure how to start and how to go on about it. So what I wanted to have in the book was a starting point for a discussion. So it's not just that you read the story and you are done with it. You actually go on and you discuss it with children. That was mainly for parents and for children to actually understand what the Quran is saying, and that it's not just something which is theoretical. It's something that very much applies in practical life, and how it applies as you go to school, as you study, and generally as you go about life, how can you be more connected with the Quran. So that was the main thing. And of course the characters are also based on real life people. So that was mainly to add more authenticity to it. So when children read it, they feel connected to it. They feel it's relatable. It's somebody we know. It's not something far fetched. So that was it, and inshallah the third book will be out inshallah in the next 2-3 months. I can show you a bit of the cover page. I can't show the whole thing, but I will show you something.
The last one was what actually happened was Manha, sister, she's 8. She is not a reader and reads his book. And she
mashallah. Right.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you? You good? So, who do you like more? Do you like Zaid or Musa? Do you like Zaid more?
My idea to do this.
Yeah, it was actually her idea. She said, "How about you invite Hafsa to your show?" She just came to me and said that, and my mom told me.
Yeah. That's amazing. So who does she like more? I don't know. Does she like Musa? Does she like Zaid more? Who do you like more? Which character?
Musa.
He's
Musa, what's sometimes in? Okay, so best of luck for your upcoming projects. Jazakallah for your time and the audience for their
Thank
time.
you so much for having me and for listening to my long answers.
I love long answers. So stay tuned to the next episode next week, inshallah. So it's okay. Thank you, Sincerely.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.